Happy Monday, Pathlings! I'm Spinpixy, your Monday hostess, and this week on Planet Pathlings, we're going to be taking a look at the carbon footprint of a witch. My topic is going to be where does it come from and where does it go, examining the consequences of the products that we purchase. I think as witches we have a tendency to believe that because we are part of an earth-based religion, we are automatically one with the earth and everything that we do is out of love and respect for her. Since we appreciate and work with the earth more than those of other religions, and we have a tendency to believe that our carbon footprints are just naturally smaller than those of other spiritual beliefs. We would never knowingly contribute to the pollution and destruction of the environment, and the last thing that we would ever consider anything that we would use for our rituals and spell works to be would be wasteful or disrespectful to the earth or a hazard to the environment. Unfortunately, however, this way of thinking is slightly disconnected from reality. From the crystals we purchase, the coal, candles, incense, and the countless other things that we buy for our magical workings, our carbon footprints are becoming bigger and deeper than ever before and also having a longer lasting effect on the earth. This week, we will be talking about the carbon footprint of a witch. Within this topic, I will be exploring where our products come from and where they will end up. When figuring out what I wanted to research and talk about for this video, I wanted to explore those things that were most commonly purchased by witches. Books, tarot cards, crystals, candles, and incense were among the highest items purchased that I felt it necessary to talk about today. It is important to learn the life cycles of a product so that in the future, maybe it will call us to be mindful of what we are purchasing and where it will end up. In a perfect world, all of our magical treasures would be passed down from generation to generation, but that is not always the case. Though many children are born to many pagan families, they don't always choose the pagan path. In fact, many parents giving their children the freedom to choose their own religions, and other children coming from multi-religious backgrounds and families, not all children wind up choosing the pagan path. This means that not all products purchased for magical use will be in a reusable situation. In fact, they'll most likely end up in dump sites and landfills. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is books and tarot cards. It is hard to believe that in this day and age, there are things not made from recycled paper or materials. However, many of the books and tarot cards we buy are made from non-recycled materials. This is the case especially if you have one of the older prints of an older book from like the 50s or the 60s when companies did not use many recycled products. As far as tarot cards are concerned, I was shocked to find that a majority of my tarot decks did not have anything on them to indicate that they were made from recycled materials or that they could be recycled. So I asked some of my friends to look through their tarot decks and find out if they had any stickers or symbols on their tarot decks that said that they are from recycled materials or that they could be recycled. And from the few that did respond, no one really indicated that they had these symbols. There are some decks that have indications within them or on the box somewhere, but I was surprised. I don't have many decks, but I was surprised that I would say 2 out of 4 of my tarot decks had no indication. Whether that means that they can be recycled in the future, I don't know. But I was just shocked to find that that is a fact. So I would encourage you to examine your tarot decks at home. The next thing I wanted to talk about is coal, candles, and incense, and other herbs that are burnt. Burning coal is one of the leading causes of smog, acid rain, and toxic air pollution. Some emissions can be significantly toxic and leave chemicals such as zinc and cadmium in water supplies for many years to come. Paraffin candles in particular produce a number of harmful byproducts when burnt, including greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide. As an added bonus, paraffin candles, which are the majority of candle brands today, are petroleum-based products. That means that they are made using a non-renewable resource that is also pollutive because of oil spills and other processes used for extracting petroleum. So if you have a candle habit, you are using the same non-environmentally friendly chemicals that you use when you are driving a car. Additionally, scented candles may also emit toxins from the chemicals used to give them their scent. What is in the wick of your candle may also be a contributing factor to air pollution. There are many things that are in the wicks of our candles that are not environmentally friendly. Many candles are made with wicks that have additives such as zinc and lead, both of which release harmful gases when they are burned. In many places, lead candles are illegal, but it is often difficult to enforce this entirely. I did go to the Yankee Candle website and I did read a few things on their page, but the only thing that was useful on their page is that they claim to not have lead candles. They claim to be 100% lead free. Unfortunately, upon further research, I came across information that stated that it is impossible to tell whether or not your wicks are entirely lead free unless you are making them yourself. So unless the Yankee Candle is actually making lead free wicks for their candles, it is not necessarily possible to tell with certainty. The next thing I wanted to touch on is crystals, gemstones, and minerals. The debate over mining for crystals and minerals can best be summed up in one phrase: agree to disagree. It is a very heated debate with very passionate people at both ends of the spectrum. Many environmental activists say that mining for crystals is needless destruction of the earth and call it, quote, rape, end quote. On the other side of this argument are people saying that the mining for crystals and gemstones is not as harmful as you might think, and with new technologies and regulations that combat pollution, mining is not as dangerous to the earth as it once may have been. In the description, I will list some more, a link to an article that I read which contained a video that was really interesting on this topic. The last thing I'm going to be talking about here is packaging. When we buy things online especially, it is often shipped in a manner which is not always environmentally friendly. Plastic, bubble wrap, packing peanuts, synthetic bags, and styrofoam containers are not biodegradable and cannot, at this time, be recycled. It's best to take a look at the company's practices for shipping, and if you are doing something like a gift swap or a love mail exchange, to encourage your sister witches to use environmentally friendly products when packaging your items. My closing thoughts on this topic. No one, including your hosts here at Planet Pathlings, are exempt from causing environmental harm with our materialism. It is human nature, especially in these capitalistic worlds, to consume. This is a very hard habit to kick. However, if we can implement some solutions such as upcycling, recycling, and sharing with others locally so as to not have to package things, having a conscious thought when we are purchasing products, we can help to alleviate the strain on the earth and leave a smaller carbon footprint. Please check the link below to get a better understanding of this topic for yourself. I tried to include the most interesting and helpful links that I could find whilst doing my research. As always, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful week and many, many blessings. Bye-bye.